Okay. Uh, in today's presentations, we are going to discuss competency, admissibility of accomplice witness. Uh, it is provided under sections 133 of the Indian Evidence Act. Now, the basic concept of the evidence of accomplice we have to know. Here, an accomplice means a person who has taken part in the commission of crime. When an offense is committed by more than one person in concert, that is, with the common intentions with the other persons, everyone participating in its commissions is an accomplice. Here, the police officer, that is on behalf of the prosecutions, they have selected one of them for the purpose of being converted into a witness. He is pardoned, he is excused, subject to the conditions that he will give evidence against his former partners in crime. It is. He is then known as the accomplice turned witness or approver. It is. Now, he appears as a witness for the prosecutions against the accused persons with whom he acted together in the commissions of the crime. That is the basic concept of the evidence of accomplice. Basic point is that an accomplice is the guilty associate in the commissions of the crime. Now, this offender, accused persons, due to the offer and tender of the police officer, they have been converted into witness to give evidence against the co-accused, against a co-offender, that is. After the converting of witness, now these accomplished persons will give evidence on behalf of the prosecution side, that is the government side, that is the victim side, that is. This is known as the evidence of accomplice. Now, relevant sections under the Indian Evidence Act. The relevant sections provided under the Indian Evidence Act, here under the section 133, it is provided. It is. Here, this section provides that an accomplice shall be a competent witness against an accused person, and a conviction is not illegal merely because it proceeds upon the uncorroborated testimony of an accomplice. Yeah, section 133, it gives authorizations to the magistrate or judiciary that whatever the accomplished persons, they will give evidence, they will give depositions, they will give testifications. Based on this, the magistrate or court or judiciary, they can be convicted, although the statement of the depositions of the accused persons, it is unverified or unconfirmed. It is section 133 directly provides that although the statements of the accomplice persons is uncorroborated, that means the unconfirmed, unverified, although the other co-accused can be convicted, and this accomplice, we were called the turn witness, approver, this person shall be competent witness against their co-accused, co-offender. Section 133 provides about this. Now, this section 133 must be read with the section 114, illustration B of section 114. This section 114, illustration B, it is provides about the some questions, rule of questions to the magistrate or a court or the judiciary. Here it reads that the court may presume that an accomplice is unworthy of credit unless he is corroborated in material particulars. This section 114, illustration B, it provides the rule of caution. It provides it. The court or judiciary or magistrate, they must have to presume, they must have to consider it is whatever the depositions given by the accomplice, it is the unworthy of credit. That means it is unreliable, unworthy of credit, unreliable, and it is the unverified, and it is the unconfirmed. That is, it must be taken considerations by the judiciary, by the court, by the magistrate, when they are going to testify the accomplice witness. That's why we got it, section 114, illustration B, it is the rule of caution to the magistrate or court or judiciary. Now, section 133 categorically declares that an accomplice is a competent witness and the court may convict on the basis of such evidence, and the convictions will not be illegal simply because it proceeds upon the uncorroborated testimony of an accomplice. That is, section 133 is the direct authorizations to the court, magistrate or judiciary that they can be convicted the other co-accused on the depositions, based on the depositions of the accomplice, which may be unverified, that is the uncorroborated. Here now we got that two contradictions between the section 133 and the section 114, illustration B. That's why at first we have to resolve with these two sections. We have to make clear, or we have to make certain, that is what these two sections they wants to lead the judiciary at the depositions of the an accomplished witness. That is, here section 133 is a clear authorizations to the courts to convict on the uncorroborated testimony of an accomplice. But since such a witness, being criminal himself, may not always be trustworthy, the courts are guided by the illustrations appended to sections 140 that if it is necessary, the court should presume that he is unreliable unless his statements are supported or verified by some independent evidence. That is, section 133 and section 114 illustration B. That they have some related with each other. That is, here it is said that although an accomplice shall be competent witness, now the judiciary they have to be very cautious, very sincere, because the accomplished witness, he was himself a criminal. That's why judiciary must have to be sincere. That is, and that's why the court of magistrates they have to testify with some circumstantial evidence, some indirect, some independent evidence. That is, some circumstantial evidence must be complied with. Section 114 illustration B, it gives precautions to the judiciary. That is, this is the clear concept. At first, the judiciary, court or magistrate, they have to remember to proceed on depositions of the testification of the accomplished witness. That is, and judiciary has to be clear that there is no antithesis between the section 133 and section 114 illustration B. Here, section 114 illustration B, it has been tried to support the section 133 because whatever the depositions, testifications of an accomplished witness taken under section 133. Here, the judiciary, they have to remember he was also a criminal himself. That's why it is not the conclusive or irrebuttable presumptions of the judiciary. That is, it should not be conclusive or irrebuttable presumptions, considerations of the judiciary. Here, some considerations about the indirect evidence, circumstantial evidence must be complied with. These sections, that's why have no antithesis. That is, because both these sections they have to comply with, and whatever the illustrations appended in section 114, it is always tries to support the section 133. That is, now these corroborations as a rule of caution, whatever we got the corroboration, that is the verification that is the confirmations. Now it is a rule of caution. Yeah, rule of caution to the magistrate, to the court, or to the judiciary. Here, now this corroboration, that is the verifications or confirmations. Now it becomes a rule of law in our criminal proceedings. That is, judiciary, they must have to remember that is an accomplished witness. He was a criminal himself. That's why he is not an ordinary witness. He is not the law-abiding citizen. Judiciary must have to remember this before testifications of an accomplice. Here, that's why the reasons why corroborations, that is the verification, that is the confirmations, it has been considered necessary. This year, judiciary has to be remembered. An accomplished person is a criminal himself. He is not an ordinary witness. That is, he is not the law-abiding citizen. Whatever the police officer or the magistrate, while they are conducting the investigations or inquiry, whatever they have listed, the list of witnesses, these are the ordinary witnesses. They have seen, they have heard, they have perceived their own senses. These are the law-abiding citizens. These are the ordinary witnesses. But an accomplice, he was a criminal. He was become witness due to the police officer they have selected to convert prosecution witness. That's why the court or magistrate or judiciary, they must have to proceed with very cautiously, very sincerely, because an innocent person may be convicted. It must be taken consideration. That's why the corroborations, verifications, and the confirmations by the court proceedings is so much necessary. And the second corroborations, when necessary, here it says that this accomplished witness has no confidence, has no faith on his companions, and he has no confidence and faith, he has no belief on the proceedings of the court. That is, he has no confidence on the court proceedings. That is, because he has motive to shift his guilt to his former companions. That is, now his ambition is that he wants to shift his guilt to his co-accused persons, co-offender, because now he wants to avoid, because he has now become the third witness approver due to the offer of the prosecution side police officer. It must be taken very seriously by the court proceedings, by the judiciary. That's why the corroboration is necessary. And the corroboration is why necessary. Third point, he is an approver. He is an approver, he is converted witness. Now he has been favored Now he is on behalf of the government, on behalf of the prosecutions, and he is likely to favor the prosecutions, likely to favor the state. That's why the magistrate or court or judiciary, they have to proceed very sincerely at the moment of the prosecutions, at the moment of the proceedings. Based on these depositions of an accomplished witness, whenever the court found guilty, they can convict the other co-accused, other co-offender. That's why here judiciary court magistrates, they have to always remember so that an innocent accused persons may not be convicted. That is the basic concept of the corroborations why necessary. And nature and extent of corroborating. Here, corroborations need not be direct evidence. Corroboration need not be direct evidence. It cannot be conclusive. It cannot be irrebuttable presumptions of judiciary. Here, judiciary court of magistrates, they have to consider other circumstantial evidence, other indirect evidence in connection with the crime. Then only if it is reliable and if the court magistrate, they believe that the other co-accused persons, they have been actually committed the crime, if it is established, then only based on the evidence, based on the depositions, based on the testifications of an accomplished witness, other co-accused, other co-offender can be convicted. Up to this, we have clearly discussed the basic concept of the competency, admissibility of an accomplished witness. That is, I think you got understands. I think you have understood this concept and relevant provisions. Okay, today that's all. Okay, bye. Have a nice day.